FrostTube, and welcome to Fairy Tales and French Knots. I'm Erin, and this is my channel about cross stitch, where I talk long enough to make my family wonder what I'm up to, but short enough that you can watch this on your lunch break. Today is Friday, November 28th, 2025, and for those of us in the US, that means it's Black Friday, when we're supposed to spend all the money and buy all the things. Sadly, I did not do that. Or, to my credit, maybe I did not do that. I've been trying not to buy as much, and it's been working pretty well so far. I'm also aided by the fact that no one in my family creates Christmas lists. So if they don't tell me what they want, I'm not going to buy anything. My daughter has said something about wanting sweatshirts without hoods that aren't weird. My daughter is 15, so I understand the without hoods part, but weird? I don't know. I don't know what qualifies as not weird, because whenever we go shopping together and I hold up something and go, this? She'll go, So I'm lost. I need pictures and, concrete, get this thing in this size instructions at this point in her life. Anyway. I hope you all had a pleasant Thanksgiving. I know we all have, different stories and different families and different ways of doing things. So I hope you found something to be thankful for and had something tasty to eat. In my house, my family, I'm the cook. And I'm okay with that because it's the one time when I can executive function to a T. Like I can get the turkey and the casserole and the vegetables and everything done so that everything is still warm and tasty and everyone's happy and I can just sit there and go, and then I can go stitch. But anyway, yes, I did all of that, and then my parents did not come because they were concerned about the weather. Now, we live in upstate New York, and there was some forecasted snow, but not where we were. However, my father watches the NOAA National Weather Service forecast out of Buffalo, and he goes, "We're going to get 14 inches of snow," and then decides not to drive anywhere. Understandable, until you realize that if you read the rest of the warning, it said snow would begin Thursday night and get heavy Friday through Saturday morning, or something to that effect, and would be primarily, Buffalo, the South Towns, and the Tug Hill Plateau, which is out by Utica and Syracuse. My parents lived south of all that. I also have a spare bedroom at my house. And I've told them on many occasions that, if something were to happen where they were here and the weather got nasty, they could stay. And in fact, the bed that they would be sleeping upon was theirs. Like, it was the bed frame from their old bedroom before they built their new house. People? But no, they did not come. So, we had a delicious dinner with pumpkin cheesecake for dessert and lots of leftovers. Like, I could be eating turkey and sweet potato casserole for days. And that's just fine by me. And I got stitching done. So I thought I'd start by showing you some finishes. And the first thing I finished was Homespun Elegance's Old Shaker Tune, which I call Simple Gifts because that's the name of the hymn. Here it is. I finished that on a 40 count. I did change the title because on the pattern it does say Old Shaker Tune. I changed it to Simple Gifts. I also used an overdye for the dark green vine and for the little tan house at the bottom. So that is a finish. And I also have a frame that I got from the antique store that's got like some green and dusty gold in it that I think is perfect for it. I might actually take it to my framer and have him put it in the frame for me so that it can have a nice piece of museum glass on the front. Because this is one, it makes me happy. It reminds me of my grandfather who has passed away. And I think it deserves better treatment than I can give it myself with mat board and pins. So I'm going to take that to him. I also got a wild hair, and someone in my stitching guild gave me this Hollyberry Cardinal from Stony Creek, fully kitted and including finishing materials. So I just put it all together and finished it. So there's that. I stitched it on a 32 count instead of a 28, and I made a few substitutions. I really had no clue what the finishing was supposed to look like. The stitcher who gave it to me gave me this wooden thing, this little piece of mat board, the snowball trim here, and this thing. And at first I thought, oh, I should center it all, but I didn't like that. So I did it a little off center, and it's probably about, I'd say no more than 6 inches square. So it's a very small little piece, but it is done. And I'm going to say this now. I hope you'll watch the rest of the video anyway, but I think I'd like to pass this on. So if you're interested in stitching this little guy, leave a comment with the word bird. And you have to be 18 so that you can give me your address. Please don't use any words that will attract the bots, like free, giveaway, all that stuff. Yes, over 18, use the word bird. And if there's more than one person who wants it, I'll use a random comment picker. There you go. And if no one wants it, then it goes into a give it to the freebie pile at a stitch retreat sometime this year. So there's that. And I've been working on a couple other things. I've been working on my Father Christmas Village. I think it's because I realized I have it loaded in Pattern Keeper, and it's really satisfying to see how many stitches I've put in and, you know, watch the percent finished go up. I'm a little over 20% finished on this, and I've done about 400 or 500 stitches recently. So here's this. And what I've worked on, I did, did the other side. I got quite a bit done on the Jingle Bell Inn and that bunch of flowers, which will eventually be in a basket below that. So yeah, it's coming along. It's going to be not finished by Christmas, but I've been working on that. And yeah, that one's another long-term project. I have recharted it all with Vicki Clayton silks, so they're just wonderful to work with, though. So combine the Vicki Clayton silk with the Pattern Keeper ability to keep track of exactly how many stitches I've done makes me very happy. I've also been working on Ginger for the Jingle Ball, and she's coming along too. Her tail shows up better than it looks on camera. I'm actually in the middle of working on it. And I did use the DMC equivalent for the London Fog, because my London Fog had a lot of like almost yellowy green in it, and it was not a color that any healthy mouse should have. So I tried to fussy cut it, but it was really kind of frustrating. And I decided, at least for the tail, I would do that. I'm not sure. The London Fog is also used in the ears, and I'm not sure what I'll do there, because there I'd like some variegation, but I don't want it to get too, like, basically pukey yellow green. Not a good color. So we'll see. Yeah, and then I do still have to get her dress done and all the rest of her, obviously. So I don't know if I'll have it done by the Jingle Ball. I'll try. Maybe I'll just go to the class and watch the finishing and learn. That's fine. And then I've also been working on Redbird from the Courtney collection, and it's actually in my hoop right now. So here's a picture of the finished piece from the pattern. It's Redbird 23, and here's mine. You can see my Redbird is partly in my hoop, but this bottom is completely done, and so I finished pages 1 and 3. So this is 2, most of 2 is done, and this is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Anyway, all I know is that I finished 1, 3, and 5. 2, 4, and 6 are what's left. No, I haven't finished 5. 5 is this piece right in through here. All this is all dark green. So what it comes down to is most of the deer is done, and then a little bit of the green is left too. So, well, I can show you real quick. Here's with a page that's not done, and this is all green. So that's what I've been working on. And I have a plan for a new project because I need new projects. If you know me, I love to make little boxes. You know, I've had my little travel sewing kits that I listed on Etsy. I like to refinish old jewelry boxes with needlework in the top. Well, speaking of wicked, this is the Duncan Munchkins tin. It's the perfect size for a little sewing kit. So I got one. And the first thing I found was this amazing fabric that I got on Spoonflower that I can use as a liner. And then I found these beautiful green scissors to go in it. And the only thing I'm thinking I want right now is some of that green velveteen sticky felt kind of stuff to put around the inside edges. And then I want to somehow build like little compartments in it, so like the scissors don't just slide all over the inside. I want the scissors to stay like here, and then have a little divider here, and then in the top I can put a space for a needle minder, or heck, even 2 needle minders, because this is big enough for 2. I'm not sure, because it's not very deep, so I'm not sure how much I can really like build up things in the lid. Like, could I put a pocket in the lid? I'm not sure. So yes, that will probably be like a Christmas vacation project when I get all the materials to do it. But yeah, I think that could be really cool. And I don't even really love Wicked that much. I mean, I like The Wizard of Oz. It's a cool story. And I've seen the movies, and I like the music. I really just like the pink and the green colors together. One of my cousins saw my project, and she's like, "Oh, you could sell that." And I'm like, "But could I really? I mean, I'm not going to make a whole bunch of them. I'm going to make one." And then I watch what those Munchkin tins are selling for on eBay already. People, are you nuts? I mean, it cost me $10 full of donut holes, which that was fun too, because my daughter wanted some donuts, and I said, you know, if you get ready for school early, we can stop at Dunkin' and get the Munchkins, and you can take them into school. And we didn't realize that we'd only get 10 in the Munchkin tin, so the 2 of us sat in the school parking lot together and crammed all the Munchkins in our faces. It was a mother-daughter bonding time. It was fun. So anyway, that's all I've got for tonight. It's a short video. I hope you all have a wonderful beginning of December. I will not be recording any videos next week because I'll be at the Jingle Ball. And look for me, I'll probably be wearing the same fleece because it's winter and I wear this fleece like every freaking day because it's cold. And this thing is one of those things I can throw over any shirt I have on. So, yeah, it makes it hard for me to keep track of which video I've recorded because I'm wearing the same stupid shirt in every single one of them. But I'm like Mr. Rogers. I have to put on my comfy sweater. All right. Yeah, that's it. That's it for me tonight. If you're interested in the little cardinal, remember, leave me a comment with the word bird. That's bird, B-I-R-D, bird. And have a great December. I'll see you later. Bye.